All right, it is 27 minutes after the hour right now. Are you stuck in a rut? Do you need a little bit of change? Do you need someone to give you that swat in the backside? Or is it a pat on the back that you're looking for? Life coach, speaker, and author of Real Change, The Journey Toward Happiness. Coach, we'll call him, Bob Glotzhober, is on the other end of our line this morning. Good morning to you.
Good morning to you, Mike. How are you this morning?
Good. I know that you're a Detroit native, and you look around the city of Detroit, you look around the state of Michigan, Grand Rapids, Mount Pleasant, Traverse City, and maybe we're all in kind of a glum rut. Is there any reason to be optimistic when all the financial stats that we're hearing say that, people are still scared they're going to lose their jobs, scared they're going to have a reduction in pay or benefits? What is there to be positive about?
Well, that's a good question, Mike, and it sure is tough, during these times. But the one thing I try to tell people that every day when you wake up, you have a choice. And the choice is you can wake up and go through your day feeling negative, feeling down, blaming others, and feeling woe is me. Or you can go through your day with a more positive attitude, trying to find things that you can do that bring meaning into your life. And it's your choice. And you're certainly much better off if you follow the second path than the first.
Well, do you have to sort of put blinders on then to the reality sometimes? Do you have to whistle past the graveyard, as they say, to do that?
I don't really think you need to do that, although a lot of people look at it that way, Mike. When you sit and you take a positive and a peaceful view at your life, the stories and the thoughts that come into your head make you motivated to go out and try to make a difference. And when you take a look at people who every day get up and try to make a difference to the people who are in their life and with their own life, they're really not that bad a shape. And the people that you find that are in trouble are the people who are running negative energy through their bodies constantly, and it really doesn't get them nowhere. So I really believe that it's up to the individual to be able to learn how to manage the energy running through their body so the peaceful and the best parts of them, can come forward.
All right. Right now we have people who are buttoning up their top button and slipping the necktie through the collar there, or maybe they're behind the wheel, starting to think about the fact that they're only a couple of minutes from the office, and here we go again with another day of work. What's step number one in sort of making the change that you need to feel more satisfied about life?
Well, I think what you have to do is you have to take a look at the way you're viewing where you're headed. For example, let's say somebody's on their way to an interview for a job right now, Mike.
Mm-hmm.
What employers are looking for is they're not looking for people who are saying the woe is me story, that are afraid, that are nervous. They need employees that are more upbeat, see the positive things in life, that want to reach in and help their other co-employees, to help their customers. And so I think the most important thing you can do if you're heading into work today is to take a look at what kind of attitude's running through you. What are you bringing to the party today? And you'll find that if you bring something to the party that make other people feel more peaceful and more confident, you'll find that your day is going to be filled with a lot of wonderful surprises.
Sometimes when you show up at the office or wherever it is you're going, there'll always be somebody who's bright and smiling and shining and says, "Good morning," like it's the greatest day in the history of mankind.
Right.
And some people say, "Oh, God, there she is again." And then some people maybe actually feel a little bit better about running into that bright, shiny person.
Right. And I think, there's a difference between being overly optimistic and being realistic. And if you're at work and you really want to be a leader today, the leader is understanding that the other people are having trouble.
Mm-hmm.
They're afraid. And understanding that, it's trying to make people feel safe. And you make people feel safe by caring about them, wanting to know if there's anything you can do to make their day better. And as you become a facilitator for others, your whole world starts changing.
Well, we're all in it together, and that's the way that you can be a leader today, is to recognize that everybody is in peril. As the story we talked about earlier, everybody's worried about their job, whether they're going to have their job, whether their benefits are going to be cut, whether they're going to have enough money to meet the mortgage, and you can be a leader by just putting a little bit of brightness into their day. Coach Bob Glotzhober does that on a regular basis. It's realchangegolf.com. That's your website?
Well, that's where I do my mental side of golf. RealChangeCoach.com is my website for all my life coaching.
RealChangeCoach.com. What did you make since golf is part of what you do? Dustin Johnson, he's going to have to put that misstep at the PGA Championship out of his head as quickly as he can, isn't he?
Boy, not only him. How about Nick Watney? Nick Watney is a great story, Mike, because there's no question that Nick Watney had the ability to shoot even par when he goes out and he plays around the golf, which would have won him the PGA by 2 strokes.
Yeah.
And you can see the stories that he had running through his head that was telling him he wasn't good enough, and that was quite a shame. And like you say, the same with Dustin Johnson. He was so tuned in, just so tuned in to wanting to win that tournament that all the publications they made about the bunkers, didn't even enter his mental side, and unfortunately that cost him.
Yeah, and there are people right now who watch that championship who are going to be playing in their own club championship over the next couple weeks as the golf season in Michigan starts to wind down. We have about 2 minutes left since we're talking about it. What sort of thought should be in their mind? I heard you say something about Nick Watney thinking maybe he wasn't good enough. How do we know we're good enough? How do we tell ourselves we're good enough?
Well, the quick tip for everybody out there is that in any sport or in anything that you do, negative energy is never in your best interest. And so if you're getting ready to hit a shot and you're starting to feel fearful, if you feel any kind of tightness, any kind of negativity, you have to realize that what's producing that negativity is the stories that are running through your head that you have trapped in there because of past experiences. Mm-hmm. And so you have to take a step back and you have to put a new story in your head that changes your emotions, that takes away the tightness. And the easiest one that I know of to share with people is to think about the word gratitude. Just feel thankful that you're playing in the club championship. Be thankful that you have the ability to play golf. And just relax and say, you know what, I have every right to just enjoy this shot, because if I just enjoy it, it's the best I can do, and I'll live with it. And hopefully that calms you down to where you can pull the trigger.
So you can be grateful that you have the job interview, or grateful that you're going out on the date, or grateful that you're just living in the world and that you have an opportunity to do something, and the freedom with which to do it, too. Coach Bob Glotzhober is a life coach. You can find him at realchangecoach.com. He's right here in Michigan, so he knows your story because it's his story, too, and we're all trying to fight through it. But fight's not even the word. Let's just meander through it. We'll wander through it. We'll just kind of march through it. Whatever word you need to get yourself through the day, he can help you. It's realchangecoach.com. Michael Patrick Shields will get legal advice, and the Democratic Party Chair, Mark Brewer, coming shortly, too. It's Michael Patrick Shields all across Michigan on Tuesday.